So what do you do when you are 45 years old and want to do a bodybuilding competition? You've hired a coach, he sent you your strength training and all your macros, but now you're on your own. What are you going to do? How are you going to fit this into motherhood, career life, and all the busy things that make up this life? Well, stick around because I'm about to show you how I do it and how I make it work, and I hope some of these tips are going to help you too. So getting back to bodybuilding prep has been a challenge. I'm 45 years old now, and I homeschool my daughter now, and I did it before. She has co-op classes that I teach classes at, and just there's a lot of life happening that I thought I was busy on my first bikini prep, but now I'm realizing I am way busier now than I was back then, and now I'm having a more difficult time trying to squeeze in all of my workouts and my meal prepping. And so I have utilized a few things that have been able to help me along the way, and I want to share those with you in case it can help you too. And if you have any ideas of how you can help me out, yeah, drop it down in the comments because I would love to hear them. So the very first thing that I did when I received my strength training workout program from my coach is I reformatted it so that I had a note section. So every time that I do a certain number of reps and sets, I can then put down what weight I'm actually working towards. My coach has me doing kind of like working towards failure. So every single time that I do a set, I work until I can't do another rep. When I do that weight, I record it, and if I find that my first set I can still go, then I'll record that weight, and then I'll do the second set, and if I need to even increase then, I'll put that weight down. And so that way I can visually see that I am progressing, because my goal is to every single week progress even more, so that I can build that muscle that's going to be shown off for the Fit Model division. After I got all of that printed, I went ahead and measured myself, because I think when you're along the road to weight loss or transforming your body, sometimes you can't see in the mirror what the actual changes are happening. And so for me, I like data. I'm an ER nurse. I love data. I love collecting data. And so one of those is measurements. So I measure my bust and my waist, and then my abdomen right around my belly button, my hips, my thighs, my calves, and my arms. And then I weighed, and my current weight is 114.4 pounds. So that's where I'm starting this prep at. Last bikini season, I started at about, I think, 122 pounds. So I had a lot more to lose, but I also had a lot more muscle at that time than I do now. So after I measured, I did an in-body scan on Wednesday at my gym right before I taught Tabata. And I love this kind of data because it shows what's happening internally, and I love that. So according to this, I was 114.8 that day. I have 46.5 pounds of skeletal muscle mass. 62.2 pounds of that is water, and 84.4 is lean mass, and that brings my percent of body fat to 26.5. So, you know, when you look at it, I'm not really happy with where I'm starting, but honestly, I haven't been working out consistently every day. My diet has not been on point, and this is the result. I just have bad numbers. So I plan on doing this at least once a month because numbers excite me. And if I keep seeing my numbers go down with my body fat percentage and I see my muscle weight going up, that's going to motivate me to keep doing better. And so I'm going to utilize this as just a tool to make sure that I'm staying on track and that I'm working as hard as I need to. So something that I do with strength training that helps keep me organized when I'm in the gym, instead of having to see what move I'm doing, not really understand what it is, then take the time to flip through my phone and find a video, is I pre-organize. I go ahead and create a playlist in YouTube that has actual instructional videos of how to do that particular move. So obviously bicep curls, I know what that is, but maybe there's something that I don't know what it is and I need to make sure that I'm doing it appropriately. I go ahead and put that video directly into my YouTube playlist. I've named mine See You Later Leaner Fit Model Workout Moves. So super simple. I know I can go straight to it and then I can just scroll to whatever move that I'm about to do and I've got it right at my fingertips and I can get on with my workout while my heart rate is still high. So something else that I use to stay organized as far as my nutrition goes is I use my FitnessPal macros tracker. There are tons of macro trackers out there and they are all really good. I just prefer this one because I've been using it for so many years that all of my data is in there. All of the meals that I've created, all of my recipes that I've created, the things that I like to eat, I already have in there. And so it's just easier for me to be able to pull that up and click, 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 and I'm done. And I can also look back when I did my bikini prep to see what kind of foods that I was eating back then, especially once my macros start getting smaller and smaller. I will be able to find out what voluminous food did I include in my diet back then, because, you know, that was 4 years ago and my memory's, you know, a 45-year-old memory. So, you know, take that what you will. And so what I do is I go ahead and put in all of my macros that I'm going to need, and then I plan my meals. So one of the things that I usually do is go into my FitnessPal and I will actually pre-program everything that I need as far as my food for the day. So you can see I did my Thrive shake and some almond milk, which was about 200 calories. Then for breakfast, eggs, cream of rice, and Mexican cheese. And for lunch, I had, basically it's like a hamburger without the bun. So I got my hamburger meat, my barbecue sauce, onions, I put little bacon pieces on there, and then I cut up some potatoes and put those in the air fryer. And then I had a little bit of a caffeine drink, which I really honestly did not need, but I needed something bubbly. For snack, I have actually brought that with me to Lakeshore, and that's going to be the crisp apple with the almond butter. And then once I get back home, I will have a protein shake with some rice cakes. And for dinner, I have programmed chicken breast and jasmine rice. And as you can see, I am within 4 of my carbs, a little bit over with my fat, and almost reached my protein goals. So right now, these are my macros: 210 carbs, 40 fats, 140 protein, for a total of 1,760 calories. And let me tell you, that is very, very hard for me to reach right now because of this thing right here, this GLP-1 vanilla lifestyle shake. I have started a new system that basically allows me to generate more semi-glutides naturally in my body, and that is actually keeping my appetite suppressed enough to where I feel very full trying to meet my current macros, but I'm doing the best I can. So I just talked about the #1 app that I use to stay on track, my FitnessPal. Now I'm going to share with you my second must-have app, and that is my calendar. I have my calendar digitally on my phone. It is connected to my husband, so anything I put into the calendar, he can see, and anything he puts in the calendar, I can see. And I just block out time for whatever we need to do for the day. So like on Mondays, we are super busy because my daughter has co-op classes, and anything that I need to remember, like bringing my food scale, because I teach a class there and it's about health and nutrition and fitness, I go ahead and put it in there to remind me. As soon as I'm looking at my calendar, it even goes to my, my Apple Watch. So the first thing that pops up for the day is what I need to be at first. Then anything else that comes up, like Logan has her CRS wheelchair fitting for her new wheelchair that's just now being built, and so I go ahead and plug that in, and then that way all I have to do is go day by day. I plug in my morning gym, I plug in my Zoom times that I have with See You Later Leaner. I plug in Splash and Dash, which is Logan's PE class that she has at Lakeshore. And then anything else, like on Wednesday, I teach a Tabata class, and then I'm going to do my morning gym. And then James has his haircut, so I know that that's where he will be at that time. Then I have a See You Later Leaner Zoom. And then Logan has her tennis practice that night. And then on Thursdays, we go to community Bible study, and then she has Broadway acting class. And so because I'm able to incorporate my strength training into my calendar, I already have that time set. I'm not racing at 9 o'clock at night thinking I haven't even gotten my cardio in, I haven't gotten my strength training in, and either trying to get it in for the rest of the day or just calling it a wash and not doing it at all, which is not good either. So this really helps me stay on track. And the third must-have app that I cannot live without is my notes section of my phone. They have the ability to make lists that you can actually check off one by one. And when I'm a huge checklist person. I will put the most mundane, most minute thing, the simplest thing, I'll put it on there just so I can check it off because I feel really accomplished when I do that. And so this allows me to do that. So when I'm going through my notes section, I know that I still need to register for my NPC card. I need to clean and vacuum my van. I need to clean my house. I'm recording this first week prep video. So guess what? I get to check that off. Look up my labs online because my coach needs me to send those so that he's making sure that all of my labs look good, my hormones are in check. And so anything that comes to mind that I'm like, oh, I need to do that, I just immediately go to my notes and I put it in there. That way it takes it out of my brain and it puts it into this app so I don't have to worry about it. Whenever I have a free chance, I just go on there and I just start doing whatever is next on my list and what I might have time for that day. So how am I doing with my workouts my first week back? I am sore. I am so sore. I have not worked out this hard in so long and I am feeling it. But I'm feeling good too because I can tell that it's working. So this bodybuilding prep is going to be a little bit different than my bikini prep in that we are mainly focused on my glutes. I am working glutes really hard 3 days a week. So Monday, after we got done with my daughter's co-op classes, I went into the gym that afternoon and I did glutes and more glutes and more glutes. I did hip thrusts, glider slider lunges, glute bridge, side lying hip raises, and frog pumps. And y'all, he has me doing 60 frog pumps at a time for 3 sets. That is the most intense finisher. My glutes were screaming after that. I absolutely love the fact that he can look at my body and know exactly what moves to be able to get that top roundness that they are searching for in this division. And so I'm excited about the changes because I just got a flat booty. I mean, I just do. So I have to really focus on mind to muscle connection to really make sure that the intensity and all of the effort that I'm putting into my strength training is actually going to deliver the results that I'm after. So those are the highlights of my very first week. But guess what? That's not my entire life. I have a daughter, an 8-year-old daughter, who is very busy. And so we have to make time for homeschooling. Right now, she is absolutely loving Spanish.
Este es mi hermano.
This is my brother.
Estos son mis hermanos.
These are my brothers.
We'll start with one lesson and she is begging for another one and another one and another one. And before you know it, we've done an hour of Spanish. She loves that stuff. And I love the fact that she is learning from me to be active and to be strong. She loves to show me her muscles and she loves to be active at a place called Lakeshore. And so every Tuesday we go to Splash and Dash there and this is how it goes for us. So after my strength training and my cardio session today, my daughter has something called Splash and Dash. So as a homeschooler, Lakeshore Foundation, which is a 100% accessible, I guess you would call it like it's a facility. It has a gym and it has basketball courts and it has an indoor swimming pool that also has like a warmed up water area that is really good for paraplegics and their muscles, and be able to just burn some calories while having fun. And so every Tuesday we come to Lakeshore, and Logan does an entire hour of land-based activities and an hour of swim lessons. So you'll get to see a little bit of that. And I have actually brought her service dog, Shiloh. I don't know if you can see her or not. Shiloh! And so we are just walking around the track just to get my steps in while she is out there doing her thing. So what is the hardest part for you? Is it finding time to meal prep? Is it finding time to get into the gym and get a good workout in consistently? I want to hear from you. Let me know what your opinions are, and if you have any tips for me, I'd love to hear them, and I'll catch you in the next video.